Hey guys, welcome back to the SIC podcast with Sunny, Ihraz, and Chris. Man, it's been a while since we've done one of these, but we just wanted to bring you guys some updates about, the state of the podcast, and we've got some big news for you guys.
It's been a full year, and we're ending the SIC podcast. There's a couple of reasons, but SIC was a little bit exclusive with only Sunny, Ihraz, and Chris, when in reality, there were a lot more key players, a lot more guests, a lot more people and support helping us to get where we are right now. And to be more inclusive, we're starting a new podcast, our phase 2, called the RecTable, where anyone is welcome. There will also be major changes to our YouTube channels.
We have the SIC Click YouTube channel, but as you know, I'm also a host of the gaming channel called Tables Have Table. We decided that the SIC Click and THT will merge and join the RecTable. But as you guys know, I'm not the only host of THT.
Hey, I'm Rasmey from Tables Have Table. And as of today, I'm proud to say that I'm also going to be a host at the RecTable. As you guys know, all of our channels will still be the same. We'll still have all the same content where the RecTable will be doing podcasting and animated shorts, while Tables Have Table will focus mostly on gaming. We do have projects lined up for each other, so be excited and stay tuned for that, guys.
We just really wanted to thank you guys for joining us on this journey that has been the past year, and we're really excited to start this new venture, and we really hope that you'll pull up a chair to the RecTable. We'd like to end this chapter just by bringing you some of our favorite moments from the SIG podcast, so here they are now.
All right, so we're going to start with our favorite episodes of the SIG podcast throughout this year-long journey. Sunny, start us off.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you my number one favorite episode, Zombie, Slave, Electric Bungalow. I don't know, maybe because I dominated that episode, but I don't know, just zombie Steve Urkel with
Oh yeah,
with Deadpool,
The OP character.
he's being a sex slave to Deadpool, and with that, I think it was Trang, right? I think Trang said that.
Trang
she
was our
wanted to have
guest that
Deadpool.
time.
Yeah, so that's how we were gonna convince Deadpool to join our team for the zombie apocalypse. I don't know, just that. I don't know. It's just a funny moment that I think very fondly of thinking about it on it.
Yeah,
that's a good one to go back to and listen.
That one's funny.
that one was crazy, man.
Yeah, we
was.
took an innocent idea of creating the A-list or a team of people to fight the zombie apocalypse, and we went fucking off the rails with it.
I mean, I think I was the only one who went off the rails. I think you guys
We used the zombie to destroy the zombie.
and I was me thinking back on an episode was my zombie slave could basically what's the cure and then, and we did a whole story
Yeah.
we're supposed to bring my zombie slave.
It wasn't
to...
even a fictional character. It was a fictional character from Sunny's mind, which doesn't really make sense at all.
Yeah, before the episode, I had a clear idea who was gonna be in my team, and it was the zombie. That zombie was gonna be there.
The fact that you just gave him away to Deadpool, though.
No.
I mean, he has
Questionable moves, man. He has no what?
He has no feelings.
Yo.
So fucked up.
All right, but you had a few more.
My second favorite, wish on a money sack. I don't know, just my wish. Where I don't know. At first it was innocent, but then we just went off crazy.
For the
I had to
uninitiated.
spank my wank to get the money.
All he had to do was tap on the sack and got some change.
I
Just got some bling bling out of that.
I listened to that one by myself. Definitely need some headphones on for that one, guys.
Yeah, that's why our podcast 18+. So.
Yeah, to wish for a money sack, I believe we all get what was it?
3 wishes.
Yeah,
3
genie
wishes.
lamp, pretty much, and we get 3 wishes.
I also like Chris's wish for the retail. I think instant house or somewhere.
Wherever you want.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
real
it's
estate.
on the books.
Didn't some of your wishes coincide with you guys working together to create
Yes,
I think so. I think those two
super
had
wishes.
good,
yeah.
synergy.
Sunny had something where he just wants to be invited everywhere. He's always treated like a guest.
Yeah.
And he tried stretching that to taking whatever he wanted.
I mean, I'm the guest, so I guess I can do something.
and we're like, no, that's not what guest means. You're invited everywhere. That don't mean you can just take shit.
That's what made Wish for Money Sack so special because, looking at our powers, or not powers, but wishes, and just thinking of funny scenarios we could be in, just made it so special for me.
Yeah, Ross, didn't you have a power where if you touch someone, you could read their minds or something? Was that someone else?
No,
I remember hearing that on
I think
on that episode.
I think, if I recall, I wanted the power to know everything.
That was for the superpower.
Oh right. What was my wish? What were my wishes?
You had this ability to do some kind of like database querying or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could know stuff, and then we started putting limitations. Like, I only had so much memory, so with
I thought
my
that
new
was with the
memories,
superpower one.
you know, honestly, I could be messing that up. We never
Yeah,
know.
that was a superpower one because your thing. Because we're like, okay, for that. This is where it actually leads back into another one of my favorites was the superpower one with the spark plugs. I was talking about our superpowers and all this stuff, and like trying to think of limitations for our superpowers. You know, my superpower was obviously the best, but you know, everyone voted against me and went for cheese. Okay,
Yours was questionable.
controlling the bugs, and then I would make the spiders eat the flies. And the flies would have to listen to me.
You're like you remind me of that kid Sid from Toy Story, where you just like fuck with the toys and just like create abominations. That's what you do with like bugs.
Just to have some sort of like a form of control.
You just play God with the bugs.
just from like hearing all these stories, Sonny, I feel like you have kind of like a master complex. Like,
I mean, zombie slave.
yeah.
So, not only is it a mass complex, there's like always a sexual undertone.
Also for the besides the the superpowers one in that episode, the spark plugs idea for mine was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
Okay. So I actually only remember the punchline where we ended up creating a sex company, but
Wait, what?
It was a sex toy company.
yes.
Spark plug.
And basically, I think our idea was, one of us, our superpowers were.
No, my superpower was
Yeah.
like I had to charge.
Yeah.
And so you would create like a spark or like a USB like and to plug me in or something.
Yeah.
And then you thought
And
of
you're like, oh. that's the noise. He was like, yeah. When you plug in, he goes like, oh.
and then fucking Sonny was like, yeah, I'll make a company off that where people might actually like that feel. So I'll just create a.
I mean that's probably true. Like, you know, there's some
people would buy
are
that
into some
shit.
some weird shit.
Yeah. That's why it's one of my favorite episodes. It's like the
shit,
top.
man.
Those are like the episodes I just said. Those are like the top. Besides the ghost ones, which I love too. But
You know, Rasmey was not a host of the SIC podcast, but he was on a lot, and I know that you've got some favorite moments too, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. So one of my favorite episodes was the Ghost Gone Wild one that we did.
Yeah. As Sonny
just-
mentioned.
yeah.
Yeah, but before you
Yeah.
can go further, that's kind of holds a special place in like all of us.
Yeah.
But we allowed Rasmus to put it as his favorite.
Yeah, I mean it was my first podcast with you guys, and it was
True.
the most fun I've like ever had.
Thank you.
I mean, like hearing Chris's story still like spooks me
Oh
out
my god.
to this day.
The
man.
shower.
The showering.
Don't look up.
By the
Oh.
way, shameless plug, that is animated now on our YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah?
So you
Oh,
can definitely
true.
go watch that animated thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, when I shower sometimes nowadays, I kind of look up, you know, just in case.
You never know.
Yeah.
The old
You
man
never
up
know.
there.
Might
Yeah.
be an old scary guy.
You know, just staring at you.
Oh
while
my god,
you're
the description
watching.
was disgusting. I
Yeah,
still
it was
remember.
gross. It was really like nasty.
Oh yeah, like kind of like his head was
Yeah, he was like
backwards, kind of, on all
like a
fours, just staring
cockroach.
at you, like, hey.
Ugh.
I don't know,
How's it
like
going?
I would normally think that it's like just me being like weird, but just the fact that my brher, you know,
Had the same
Like, has-
feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the same kind of description.
just really fucks me up for a while.
And then Sunny's stories were ooh, they were wild.
Gone sexual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason the episode's named the way it is.
Sunny's first sexual encounter was not with a human being, but
I
with
mean, it could
And
these
it-
supernatural
Not a
forces.
living one anyway.
And it definitely was not consensual either.
He woke up to find a lump.
You know what?
We'll listen to
We'll
it.
let them listen to it. That I don't want to ruin the flavor of the moment.
Yeah, but that was definitely creepy.
But
I definitely enjoyed it.
Honestly, I think everyone shared a pretty good ghost story in that episode.
That's true. Yeah.
Besides my gone sexual one. I
No,
think
but I feel like yours definitely took the cake.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well,
It's
the
very
exorcism, the two
Oh,
separate
yes.
exorcisms
The
were very
exorcism.
pointent.
so
Oh, yeah,
those
that
those
was
are like the
crazy.
horror stories that like I could like not relate to, but I can understand.
That's like something out of a horror movie.
Uh-huh.
Like I would never expect to see that actually happen in real life.
Yeah, and happened
Right.
to like a close relative of mine too. So it's crazy. It's
crazy.
My own grandmother, possessed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
My
remember-
grandma
I
was
remember that,
possessed.
I mean, for me, it was still that moment when you killed a god.
Oh yeah, I think that's the highlight of my life. Honestly.
Swims away. Must be dead.
I think I wounded pretty bad, so I must have killed it when it ran away.
The 3 bagel wide snake.
But yeah, and then I'd have to say my next favorite episode that I really enjoyed was the spoopy poopy one. I feel like I'm a lot closer to you guys, like butt wise.
If you go through a shit show together,
Ooh, I like that.
you're bound to be close.
Yeah.
Hashtag GP group poop.
Those were definitely interesting. I like the interesting creativity that Chris you brought in when you wanted to when you ran out of toilet paper.
Oh yeah, that was a good story.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Hey man.
I mean, to be fair, some of your friends at the time were at fault.
Yeah.
Well, they use too much, man. Like, it's not that much TP to go around sometimes. Sometimes you gotta resort to using the tube.
and then
we have Sunny's planted bomb.
I gotta say that was like the most.
What made it so different was the sound effects.
I've heard that story so many times for the past 10 years now.
Yeah. Good thing I've been telling that story to everybody.
It never gets old, man.
We actually got another animation out of that episode too, with your cousin like shitting on your leg.
Oh yeah, my nephew.
Yeah.
Look at trickle.
It was.
Oh,
it
your
was,
nephew, yeah.
like, I mean, I don't want you guys to have to know that feeling of having shit just kind of like dripping down your leg, but it was the worst.
You're very descriptive.
It was the worst
about it.
Yeah.
You say you didn't want us to know, but you definitely let us know.
I had to. You know, we were sharing, you know, our deepest.
Yeah. We were having we were having a moment.
Yeah. And
Gotcha.
then Ihraz, I think you had one with your cousin.
Oh yeah.
In the driveway.
And that shit disappeared literally.
Dude,
we came back. There was a fucking not skip. It was fucking like a scrape or something. Like it got moved. Something or someone moved it.
dude, you should put some like missing posters out there.
My nephew's turd is missing.
Oh god.
Reward. Just
You
us
can keep
knowing.
it.
Yeah.
You'll get,
We just want to know where.
you'll get a shitload of money.
Yeah, what the hell?
Okay, so that was the Spoopy Poopies episode. Yeah, my two favorites after obviously the ghost one, because that one still kind of takes the cake for me. It was our car crash episode. It was Cruising for a Bruising. That's when we totally had a moment. We talked about our nearest
Near-death experiences.
near-death experiences, our encounters with death. It was
That one was a crazy episode. Yeah.
that was a crazy episode. We kind of got into
I
like
think it was very paranormal.
It was paranormal. It was spiritual. It was coincidental. It was just a lot of things.
There was a lot of things, and no explanations given, but it was a lot of. We all talked about times we almost died, which is, I mean, I guess kind of a
Very
good bonding
morbid.
experience.
It was interesting. And then one of the things, this is just kind of a weird circumstance, but it was like your brother.
Yeah, so there was actually a lot that happened around that episode that actually made that episode even scarier for us. So we talked about car accidents mostly, but we also talked about other near-death experiences. But turns out the very day before, so what was that? It was a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
On a Wednesday, that same Wednesday, my older brother actually totaled his car. I didn't know until the day after because I saw him the day after.
Whoa.
But he totaled the car. He was completely fine, and the person, he was completely fine. Everything was good. It was their car didn't take any damage. He just kind of bounced off. But he pretty much totaled the car because the engine just got fucked.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I'm like, yo, do you know what episode I just recorded and I was about to recommend you listen to? So that was crazy. That was Thursday. But the next Friday, we were just hanging out.
The day after.
The day right after that we recorded. And we were just hanging out.
Over my place.
It was all of us. I'm not sure. Rasmey wasn't there.
No, it was just
Yeah,
us three.
I don't think I was.
And then we were just hitting up some other old friends, and one of them was coming over. And then we were in Chris' basement, and we're like talking, and then we hear like a large screech and like a bang.
Huge bang. We had the windows open, and my house isn't far from an intersection, like a major intersection.
Yeah.
And we just hear this crash.
I was like, damn, something must happen. Maybe it sounded like a car had a car or something. And then your dad comes down, and then he's like, "Yo, someone just got hit by an accident." I'm like, well, oh no, that's not good. He goes up, and then
Sonny gets a phone call.
we get a phone call from the friend like, "Yo, I'm like almost there. I just got into a car accident," and we're like, "No fucking way."
We go outside.
We run outside, and it's him. I mean,
run to the intersection, see it there.
Luckily, he was mostly okay, but the car was totaled.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the first time I ever like a close person to me, like a close friend was like got into like such a major accident before.
Yeah,
That was
It was bad.
That was a cursed episode, actually.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy how everything kind of happened.
I guess that's the way
like,
that's what made
when that
so
episode was.
special.
I was actually like scared to drive for a while after that because I was just like, fuck, like.
I remember we told people
This is
don't watch
uncanny.
this right
Yeah.
now. Like listen to the episode later. Like
Yeah.
not now. It's
Don't do
cursed.
it now. Yeah, it's really bad.
Do it.
but-
Don't do it when you're driving.
So we have a cursed episode. You guys should check that out.
not while driving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Please be careful.
Yeah, we urge everyone to be careful on the roads. But man, it was actually
That's-
really scary.
That's some like supernatural shit, man.
Yeah, because
It was scary, yeah.
it was my favorite episode. Not for that reason. It was just because we were sharing, and it was really interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
But
The lore surrounding it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
events surrounding it really blew our minds at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also friends with the friend you guys are
Yeah.
talking about. So when I heard that news, I was like, whoa, like that's crazy. And the fact that he was literally almost there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
He was, like-
it was
it was
the
a-
One
Yeah.
street.
road
One street.
before.
it was
yeah.
it was like a 20-second walk from your house. Like we just
No,
Yeah.
it
walked outside.
was like 5 minutes. It was like right around the corner.
No, it's
Less
like
than
you
5
can
minutes. It was like
you
30
can,
seconds to a minute.
You can
max.
walk out of my house and be at that road in like a minute flat. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Under.
Yeah,
and
we
if
just-
you're running like we were, it was like
Like
20
he was
seconds.
literally
Yeah.
that close.
It's crazy, man.
To
This,
Chris's house.
yeah,
It was like
that
one
close.
turn. Yeah, that was scary. But my other favorite, which is on a much lighter note, was the breaking the ice episode. Well, it was where we talk about friends. It was one of our quick ones where we're talking about giving advice on how to make and keep and be good to your friends. And obviously the message is good. The messages are great. That's not why it was my favorite.
Our
favorite-
advice was kind of
Sonny's first step one. Step one, featuring Sonny. Make a friend. that's it.
step 2 was to make friends from that friend.
Oh yeah. Just use that word to make it. It's like what the fuck. But no, like it was hilarious. It was funny. It was great. And also there was a very specific moment where we talked about how Rasmey and Sonny, because you guys were both on at the time, you guys have been like the best of friends for the longest time, and
Decade
you guys,
now.
you guys got a little in depth on how you guys make up after
gets-
a particular argument, and I mean, I was very tempted to name that episode "Dropping the Soap."
You know, we can
But
get
we didn't.
we can get very intimate at times. You know,
That's true.
you know, we may have bumps in the road, but you know, we just have to learn to, sometimes just push on through. You know what I mean? It's the,
Push.
the-
Real.
it's the only way for us to make amends.
I realized looking back on our friendship, Rasmey, I don't think we ever got in a fight with each other.
Yeah.
That's why it hasn't come to it yet.
Whoa.
Or maybe it's because those moments.
They're like precautionary.
So you guys should make up in advance. He's like, let's just do it in case we have an argument later.
but no, I mean, Sonny, he's like, one of those dudes where he's like a once in a lifetime type of thing where it's like, he'll always be my guy.
Okay, yeah,
My
I can
bro.
see that. Yeah, I've yet to meet somebody even remotely like Sonny. I'm glad you're in my life, Sonny.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
glad to.
But then there's the other side of you. Your favorite episodes and what you talk about and stuff like that. There's that too.
That's why I like Sonny actually.
Yeah, man. I've had like
Gone sexual.
I've heard some of the craziest things from you, and I'm glad, man.
They're all true, by the way.
Sonny doesn't lie.
My life has changed for the better.
Oh yeah, but Chris, you had you had some favorite ones too.
Yeah, my favorite episodes. So I have two as well. The first one, well, actually, Ghost Gone Wild is like probably my top one.
Yeah, we gotta just make
it's
sure.
So much fun. But
It was good.
to talk about two other ones, I really love the Today is a Gift, the SIC talk about mental health. mental health is something that's been important to me my whole entire life. I've struggled with it forever even since I was like young elementary school kid, like just like anxiety, super bad. And so it was just a very nice kind of episode for me to talk about like my kind of journey with it, as well as what I've done to sort of overcome it. And then like even if you fall down from where you were, like it still happens even today. There's ways for you to like get back up and just like push through and start to feel like happy and not like worry about all the things all the time. And it was also good for our guest Fung to come in and talk about that, because he had gone through like a pretty serious depression, like as had I, and just comparing and contrasting like either what we did or like what we learned from it from like a spiritual or like self-improvement kind of standpoint. So that was really good. Definitely one of our more serious and like heavy-hearted episodes. Sunny was there too, just like provide like a baseline. But,
when things got too low and like low, I just kind of raise it up a little bit. But
we still try to make it kind of like fun, but also like serious, and just try to provide people with like some kind of advice or something that they can have to honestly, kind of get through their own struggles.
I think that episode really like opened up my mind when it comes to like, you know, you guys and all the mental health stuff. That's why I felt, even though like that's not my top ones, but I felt like that was it. In my heart, it was really good.
It's important because, you know, a lot of the time people will just suffer in silence. Like they just don't talk about things, and you don't necessarily know if someone's going to go through something or not. And you know, it's just good to like support your friends and like be there for them, and then just like, you know, hope that they can get through and be there for them.
You didn't have to look for success too far, because I was actually abroad during that time, so I wasn't in the recording. But I came back, listened to it, and man, I learned a lot from it too. I felt I related and I felt with it, so I enjoyed that.
I'm just hopeful that people can find that particular episode and like get something out of it. You know, help people in the future. I want to really continue that with the RecTable, like maybe do some more episodes about that. But other like much more. We'll have Fung back on for that one.
That'd be some good topics to discuss and stuff.
Yeah. The more lighthearted episode that I picked though was the dream one with Paul. That one was just like right from the start, Paul just made it so like ridiculous.
No. See, Paul made it kind of ridiculous. Sunny.
Paul was like, "I want to ride a T-Rex, man," and then Sunny's like, "Oh, like sexually."
Welcome back to the SIC podcast, guys. Today we have Paul. Paul, how you feeling today?
I want to ride a T-Rex, man.
You're gonna ride a T-Rex. All right.
In a sexual way, or
might be too much for you to handle.
Yeah, it was just what?
So we're back to square one. But yeah, like I don't know, like that was just like a full of funny, just weird moments. Like dreams are so bizarre, and it's so interesting talking about them. Just like all about our like dream experiences, and then that kind of sparks some other stuff like creatively. Creatively. Yeah, creatively for us.
It's like a psychedelic trip. When Sunny dreams. But also
crazy.
just like when you dream in general, some crazy stuff happens, man.
I had a really weird dream. I don't want to repeat it right here, actually. Maybe I'll tell you guys later. It was fucking bad.
All right.
But yeah, maybe someday you can look forward to that one.
So we talked about dreams, and actually we got like some feedback right after that from all our other friends and other people who either been on the podcast or wanted to be. They're like, "Yo, I have like a bunch of crazy dreams or stuff I want to talk about."
Yeah,
part 2 might be.
Yeah, so
that'd be a great thing to like another great series to just go on. So yeah, maybe we look forward to that one.
Yeah, I'd be excited for that.
Was it during the? I'm just thinking just now, but was it during the crash one where we talked about physical health as well?
Oh, we did talk about that. Yeah. So
we talked
while we did
about
have a mental health one,
that was we
talked
about
about
really
Eastern versus
part of
Western
the
medicine.
Yeah. And then just like different things that we like swear by. Yeah.
That kind of goes into like the mental health, where we want to like help people out with maybe some knowledge we have or some tools or trips.
I think those are 3 different series that I would love to personally pursue with this going forward. It's just like mental and like spiritual, quote unquote, health, like physical health, and then like the interplay between those 2 things, and then like just weird shit like dreams.
I actually want to hear more ghost stories. So
that too.
Those episodes are always our favorites.
Those are always a blast.
Hopefully, a future guest could give us more ghost stories.
Yeah, we actually
I'd
have
love to hear that.
multiple episodes of that, but the first one was Ghost Gone Wild with Rasmey, and that kind of sparked us doing
The interest.
the interest in like, yo, we should ask people about their stories. You guys should hit us up with your ghost stories and stuff too.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear them.
But those are kind of like our favorite episodes, but a lot happened like behind the scenes.
That you guys didn't hear.
Exactly, like throughout this entire year. You guys only hear it, but a lot happened maybe in the studio, or maybe that we just never kind of uploaded.
Due to reasons.
Due to various, but usually not very varied reasons.
So yeah, we've got some of our favorite behind the scenes as well as unreleased episode moments for you guys. So just to start off, one of my favorite unreleased episodes was we were recording with my girlfriend Riza. And when we bring her in, it's just always like, you don't know what's gonna happen. So the topic was, if aliens came to Earth, would you treat them with hospitality or hostility? Or as Sunny says, hospitality.
Today we're gonna talk about a topic about UFOs, and if they came here right now, would we treat them with hostility?
Hostility.
That's a combination of both words, yeah?
It's hospitality and hostility.
Hospitality?
Hospitality for sure.
Hospitality.
What's the other option, Sunny?
Hospitality.
It depends on the order it comes in.
Someone just say the question for me, please.
And just right off the bat, it was a fucking shit show. Like, we couldn't even come up with the premise right. Like, we were like, okay, we're gonna be in the desert. Oh no, we'll be in a forest. Well, let's hide behind the cactus. No, let's hide in the bush. And so we eventually decided that I was gonna hog tie Sunny and put a sack over his head and then give it as an offering to the aliens.
Sunny never agreed on this.
I say we roll Sunny over.
Wait.
It's because we hog tied him the night before.
Prepared for this.
He was in timeout because he tried to take over the insects.
Sunny's gonna try and be the one to communicate.
Wait, so why
He's
am I
gonna
being the
treat
one
them with
rolled over?
hospitality.
No. It's because you got in trouble. You were hog-tied, and so we're just using you as bait. Just squirming. He's got
They, like,
a bag on his head.
All right, wait. Backtrack. Let's start over.
Wait, what the
Back in
fuck are we doing in this bush where I'm freaking hog-tied with a bag over my head? What the hell happened to me?
Okay, no, wait.
I was very confused that episode.
He was offered as tribute.
Yeah, we're like, you know what? We will have this as the peace offering, and then maybe we can have peace between worlds. But we couldn't even agree on
We spent
that.
about like 15 minutes just trying to figure out what the fuck was going on and like restating the premise, and then we gave it up.
Yeah,
There was a Roomba involved too.
there was a Roomba,
Yeah.
cyborgs. There was Shaq and Snooki,
Yeah, we were worried.
Ant-sized alien.
Yeah,
and
then
giant
the
balls.
Yeah, and the Roomba might like suck up the ant-sized aliens. Like there was a lot going on.
There was too much, and it was just a mess. It was so fun, but we could never put that out.
Yeah, I literally just listened to that recording just before this, and it was just the biggest clusterfuck.
See, that's a new behind the scenes moment that we had together. And that was-
Yeah, definitely.
You got some, Sonny?
Oh, I do.
Of course you did.
I remember like another behind the scenes, like our old intro of you guys, you old watchers remember that he's like Chris was going on about the McDonald's, and you guys heard me in the back like, what the fuck are they talking about? So
Yeah.
behind the scenes there was, the studio that we record in is that there was like a green screen back there with like a green screen curtain, and me being the brightest man around, I wanted to go behind the curtain, and you see those in the cartoons where people like poke out their heads around the corner. Yeah.
Like super creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do that with Chris, and so Chris is just recording, and then I'm just behind there. You can barely hear my voice. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? And honestly, those moments where we're just kind of fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to keep repeating it.
A million takes until you
Yeah.
get it right. Yeah.
But
Yeah, but-
those
but-
moments can make it special.
But definitely adding some of that humor. It was super funny because like he's close to the mic and you're super far, so it sounded like you're in the background. It was funny. Also, you didn't have to do hide behind the curtain because no one could see that.
Yeah.
But
wanted to
it,
do
it
it.
added like flavor. I was laughing my ass off in the corner trying not to like make noise.
There's been other moments like that too, where Sunny just like goes above and beyond to like act out the moment. And God, I can't really think of one off the top of my
I can think of
head.
one right off the top of my head. The very first time we introduced the quick ones and the sick ones as a series, like we mentioned it. It's a quick one, it's a sick one. The second time, we let Sunny introduce it. But this time, instead of introducing it, now it's like, hey, it's another quick one, a sick one. But Sunny starts like this.
It's your boy Sunny, and we're back with sick ones, with the quick ones.
I think it's a quick ones with the sick ones. All right, but today...
Yeah, that was a good one. And then we were recording the Pokemon tier list for the YouTube channel.
Oh my god, I remember this.
Sunny just so there's another blue Yeti that's sitting on top of the studio that we were currently in, but it wasn't the one that we were gonna record with, and so it's like on like a arm, so it's like hanging.
It has a
in front
boom,
of
it has
him.
the boom arm,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
has a pop filter, the flat pop filter. So when
Sunny
you
sits down and he's like, I'm just gonna like sit here and speak into this fucking microphone.
for reference, we were like in the middle of the room, of a small room.
It was
and
a small room.
But he
Yeah.
walks off to the side, away from our mic we're recording from, puts his face against it and talks to it really soft and quiet, as if he's like a pro producer.
This is like during the episode too, like no one can even hear this.
So like, during editing, like I had to like bump him up like so much just to like account for that.
We even told him that he shouldn't do it, but he was so adamant in speaking into the mic because
He wanted that feel.
He wanted to feel professional.
He needed the experience, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. I don't blame you, Sonny, at all.
I felt like a radio host when I was.
A radio host.
Yeah, good shit.
That was a good.
That was good. That was good.
Another behind the scenes moment that I love for some reason, and everyone else here loves, but no one's heard it. You guys haven't heard it, but it's the ASMR I did with hot fries.
So yeah, we'll give you a little bit of that clip, but basically we were still fucking around with the mic in the early days.
This was actually during the recording of the Alien one with
Yeah.
Chris.
It was
Oh,
right
yeah.
after, yeah.
Yeah, it was the same day. We were just fucking around with Mike trying to like do different things.
Right.
And at one point, Sonny just starts eating a snack and like, yo, Sonny, why don't you like speak into it? Like
Just some
ASMR.
ASMR.
And man, he delivered. That was one of the most beautiful things I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it was good. That's my favorite behind the scenes moment. Maybe
I want to vote for you to start a YouTube channel, man. ASMR.
Sunny's
Mukbang.
sensual noises.
That's not what we said.
Well, Sunny took his own direction, He's an artist.
Yeah. So when you videotape it,
Ear
you
orgasms.
gotta be shirtless, and just
I want you to like rub corn on yourself. Like buttered corn.
I think it's gonna be like a mukbang ASMR.
Oh lord.
you're gonna get flagged, man. You're just gonna put your shit down. Oh, but
I definitely like leave you guys a little short clip of it.
oh yeah.
It like right here. Welcome to the Sick Podcast.
Ew.
My name is Sunny, and I'm gonna be eating Andy Caps cheddar fries. It's crunchy and cheesy. Do you like the taste?
What?
It's flaky and good. If you like how my voice sounds when I eat these chips, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Sunny Chews Food. ASMR style. Thank you and good night.
Okay, Rasmey, I know you had a couple behind the scenes moment with us.
Oh yeah. So we actually
Actually, this is less behind the scenes, more just never
this-
uploaded, never
this was,
aired.
This was unreleased audio.
This is in the dungeon.
Yeah. Hopefully it never sees the light of day.
Yeah.
behind the safe of the safe.
Yeah, this one we won't even like retrieve that audio for it. He's staying in the
It's
dungeon.
way too graphic for you guys, but we did. So there's unreleased audio of. I'm pretty sure you guys all know the game, Fuck, Marry, Kill. we we thought it'd be a good idea to do an episode, and play it as an episode with another co-guest, Panita. Man, I don't even have words. It got very, very graphic, and
We just kept going with like different examples. Like we brought up 3 things or 3 people or 3 stuff, whatever, and it got worse and worse. A ceiling fan got involved.
yeah, that was when shit really hit the fan.
I think all the guys chose to fuck the ceiling fan.
Let's not reveal too much.
Yeah,
All
keep
right.
it. Let's keep it PG.
Let's
but,
keep it behind the vault where it belongs.
Yeah, but
All right.
I don't know how, but that somehow morphed into another episode that we ended up releasing, which was
before even that, it just got worse and worse, and when we decided to can it, we said, all right, we're done.
Yeah,
We're
it
like,
was-
this is never to be revealed. And then like Rasmey was like implying, like we kind of took the polar opposite direction.
But we, after literally recording that one episode, we stopped and we're just like, we cannot show this to the public ever. We can remember it. But we should never ever release it
So like, we need to produce something
of quality.
with presentability.
Yeah, which somehow morphed into the handling criticism episode.
Yep.
Which
Which
turned
I
into
really
a
liked.
great episode.
Yeah.
It was all of us here with Rasmey and Panita.
People like that.
It was great. It was clean. It was very wholesome, and I think it was it was all those things because we like purged ourselves of all of our negative energy in
Yeah.
the first hour of Fuck Marry Kill.
We had to cleanse all the sins we just committed.
Like we definitely had to like take a
Had a
look
good
at ourselves and be like, this is not what we want in life.
Oh yeah, I mean I definitely had a good time
Oh,
with
yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm not gonna
There's
deny.
Captain America, Iron Man in there somewhere.
Yeah, inanimate
trees.
objects.
Yeah, we had a tree. There was definitely a tree in there.
Rocks,
Yeah,
chairs.
a lot of
Did we go utensil?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Spoon,
Yeah.
fork, knife.
spoon fork
but
knife.
there was,
Yeah.
there was also a lot of very graphic detail about how things could be.
No. It wasn't the how. It was more the why. Because
Oh yeah,
like we would like generally agree without agreeing.
yeah.
But then once we realized that there was more than one gender in the room, and then we made the mistake of questioning that another person's answer. Then it came into the reasoning, and then we're like, you know what? I think we need to stop before we get too graphic.
yeah.
It got really
It was bad. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
unwholesome.
It was bad.
It was unwholesome.
We're never gonna release it.
Terrific moment.
Yep. You guys are never gonna hear it. Hopefully.
Unless
But,
you guys
uh,
want to.
No.
No.
But
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
I mean,
I tried.
another unreleased footage that I think we all really liked, but just didn't want to release just because
That's the
quality
trend.
wise. Yeah, that is the trend. But when we talked about, well, I know you guys talked about a role play of aliens like invading Earth, but we wanted our convo was more about
Do aliens exist?
yeah, like aliens and kind of space and
Yeah, so this was the second time Rasmey was on our podcast. The first time was Ghost Gone Wild. We had such a great time. It was a wild time. Rasmey actually brought the topic to us and was like, wow, this is a great thing to talk about. So we had fun with it. And they're like, you know what, Rasmey, let's have you on again. So the second time, which to you guys it doesn't exist, is like, yo, what if we talk about aliens? Like other paranormal stuff. Like
Yeah.
more would that be supernatural or paranormal?
Like supernatural kind of shit, or like extraterrestrial.
Yeah, so we talked about aliens. So we were going to talk about aliens, but we didn't know what to talk about. There was too much going on.
Well, none of us have a degree in physics. None of us know
Or
anything about like
astrophysics or
the
anything.
universe, but we could give it our best. Damn it!
And we did.
we talked for about an hour and a half. I'd like to say.
God, it
Yeah.
was so long, and
Yeah.
and the worst part was like we waited for the room for like
Hours.
hours before, just trying to get that stupid room.
I know. And then we recorded, and I feel like no one knew what anyone else was talking about. Like at
Yeah.
one point, Chris brought up like the tiers of planets, like what sort of planet are we? And I don't know why I just didn't I didn't understand a thing he was saying. I was trying to question it. I don't know. It was
It was a mess.
we didn't even record anything after it. We were just like, you know what, that was great, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
We just left.
That's it.
It was a good
It was a great conversation.
great conversation.
Great conversation. It wasn't bad, or the quality wasn't bad by any means. It just wasn't going anywhere.
It was a mess. Yeah.
Yeah. I love talking to you guys about random shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of why we're here.
It had the same problem as the original Alien episode, where it was just like we couldn't agree on like
Anything.
premises,
Yeah.
or like we couldn't set like, okay, well, given this set of parameters, like no, let's reset them like 10 times.
One of my favorite behind the scenes moment. Actually, it's one episode that had a lot of behind the scenes moment, and I'm bringing it back to the Ghost Gone Wild episode. So so Chris mentioned a little bit, but in the episode, Sunny was trying to depict to us, or trying to explain to us, the magnitude of the snake, and he was like using hand gestures that wouldn't help any of you guys. So we were trying to like put it into words, and so Chris was really helpful. He put his hands like kind of separate, like shoulder length. You know, he put it up to his shoulders and said, 3 bagels wide. And I don't know why, but that was, for some reason, relatable. We all got it immediately.
It was the epiphany moment.
Yeah, we all just...
Even I saw it too. I was like, oh yeah.
What I was thinking was like, if you made a triangle of 3 bagels, and then you drew a circle around those bagels, how big would the circle be? That's the snake.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I heard disagreement, but it still agreed at the end. Like, one of the ways I thought of was, you put 3 bagels flat sides together, and that's just the diameter. And then that was still equal to almost the same size if you drew a circle around it. Maybe a little smaller, but it all, like, the different versions I heard of it all amount to the same kind of size.
Yeah.
So that one was pretty funny, where it was it was released audio, but it just, you guys didn't see that in the studio. But it got even a little better when Sunny was trying to, there in the studio, there's like this large piece of wall. I mean, there's 4 walls, but but like,
You know in the house when you're like, when there's like a wall?
okay,
There's just like
let
one
me start.
wall.
Let me start that over. We're sitting at like a rectangular table, or was it circular? I forget. But basically,
I think it was this table right here. What are we using right now?
in any case, we're all 90 degrees different from each other, right? Because we're all facing towards the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunny says, "So this wall to my left or behind me, it's about that size." And all of us kind of stare at the mic for a second. It's like, they don't fucking know what that means. And then
No one will know.
no one will know what that means. And then it was that length. And for me, I'm like, your left is nobody else's left. And so we just had like, I don't know, we just kind of brain farted how to explain something that, I don't know. It was
Needed a visual reference.
yeah, so there was that. Also, going further into his final story, with the sound effects, coupled with the sound effects, was facial expressions as he was talking about stories. And I don't know, it's just watching Sunny do his thing is probably one of the best things ever.
Master of facial expressions, man.
Also, but you guys get the sound effects, which honestly is good enough. What the fuck?
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty much all of our favorite behind the scenes and unreleased episode moments. But we've also got some favorite moments that our guests have given to us, as well as our favorite moments with our guests.
Yeah. So a lot of the people who have been on our podcast before, we asked for a testimonial. We asked for like, what'd you guys feel about this last year? And they kind of chimed in with their favorite moments and such. And so I'm just gonna read some of them out, and then some apply to some of us or all of us or none. So I'm gonna start here. So Chi, she was on our second episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Superpowers,
Superpower.
spiders, and spark plugs.
As well as our shopping episode.
Yes, and
yeah.
our shopping shenanigans episode. So she said her 2 favorite moments. One was from the podcast. Was Sunny's insect obsession. If you guys remember that,
That's.
you care to elaborate, Sunny?
Oh, okay. I think I said this before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little
Something
bit
just
on,
like dominates the bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dominates the bugs and takes over the world by having the flies or the spiders or something.
No, basically I used the spiders to control the flies because I threatened them with the spiders.
Okay.
But it was like, how do you control the spiders then?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was his power though. That was his superpower.
Yeah.
He could talk to them. And then
you're
we
like-
had an argument on whether talking to them meant they would just listen to you.
Yeah.
So you're like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man doesn't control spiders.
I'm a head spider.
I like that. I like that more.
I'm a head spider.
And then her other favorite moment was actually from our YouTube. It was our Pokemon. Our Halloween. No, our Harry Potter tier list.
The Halloween too.
And we covered over Dobby's icon, and Sunny said Dobby.
I always
And that was it.
Dobby.
Yeah, that was it.
I always thought it was Dobby.
So then there's one from Kun.
She was in episode 3.
Yeah, so that was our pet peeve, or Squid Peeves.
Squid
Yes,
Peeves.
good piece.
We talked about our pet peeves. It was her and Paul on it, and she said probably her favorite moments, or was more of a kind of a feel. She said she loved the chemistry that the three of us had,
Yeah.
and honestly, that's kind of why we're able to talk with each other like super openly and all that. It's super great.
That
And that's-
episode, I got squished by a fat guy.
That is true.
Whoa. Oh.
On a roller coaster ride.
Oh. Okay.
Thick.
I was gonna say without context. Sounds like quite the story.
And also, that chemistry is kind of why you're here right now, Rasmey.
Oh wait.
That's
Gone sexual.
Okay. I mean, I like how we're so comfortable with each other. We can be so open.
Yeah.
I mean,
just vibing.
Yeah.
Actually, shout out to the Ghost Gone Wild episode. Isn't that why I assaulted Chris that one time?
No,
At
but you
Bonchon?
recounted my assault.
At Bonchon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bonchon.
Yeah, just listen to that episode. You guys will understand.
We've all shared some very intimate moments.
Animation on YouTube for that one too.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
true.
All our
true.
spicy moments are on YouTube.
Together. Yep.
Or, and if they're not, we'll put them up
our
there.
whole podcast is gonna be on it.
Yeah, our entire podcast will be
Yeah,
on
full
that.
episodes as well.
More to come as well.
So next testimony from Janet. She was on our friends episode, the Breaking the Ice,
Yep.
and also the Ghost Man of Spookstan, where she came in with her scary stories, and the last one kind of floored us a little bit.
Last one was terrifying.
Oh man, it was like scary. It wasn't funny scary. It was just scary.
One of the scariest ones we've heard so far.
Yeah, that one
I
actually
definitely gotta hear that one
Yeah,
and listen to
goosebumps.
it.
Yeah, but so she was on those. But her favorite moment, she said, was it was the ASMR.
Yeah.
That was still her favorite moment.
That was back in the early days, man.
The exact part she wanted to hear was,
Do you like the taste?
yeah, okay, so yeah, so next is Leilani. She said her favorite part was actually, this was also for the YouTube actually. She said she loved it when we were rating Pokemon together, and how it was really fun to like argue with each other and disagree. But she said she said she had strong opinions on it, but she said it was. Let me read this verbatim. It was funny when everyone was breaking Sunny's heart with their Pokemon tier choice.
Yes.
XD.
my
Because to be fair, we kind of did shit on Sunny the whole time.
my boys.
Totodile.
My
It was
boy
Totodile.
Totodile.
And not Crocodile. What's the last one?
For alligator.
For Alligator.
There
There we go.
They hate it, man.
Oh yeah, we hated some of your choices. Yeah, that's fair.
My Pokemon's for life. My water boys out there.
Yes. All right, Paul. Paul was there in our dream episode. He was also there for that Squid Peeves one, the Pet Peeves one. His favorite moment was actually kind of coincides as one of Chris's favorite moments
Yeah, so
with the
good.
guest. It was kind of the same moment as T-Rex riding.
Yeah, so as we mentioned before, we just said, "How you feeling today, Paul?" or something like that. He was like, "I want to ride a T-Rex, man." And then Sonny says the sex thing again.
And then it just like there was an actual explanation for it after when we asked Sonny. It was like there was like this video with a meme in it, and there was a reason why he said that, but
Yeah.
out of context, it was
Just
just
bizarre.
It just came out of left field.
That episode was like actually really good too, because that was like the title of the episode is "You're Finally Awake," and then that episode is what inspired me to like make this bootleg Skyrim visual novel.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Genius, by the way.
It was fucking beautiful. I love the music.
Yo,
That was so funny.
That voice acting.
Oh,
was
thank you.
On fucking.
Oh
point,
yeah.
man.
That was probably the best selling point there. Chris voice acted all the characters.
Yeah.
It was just
You
so
couldn't
much
even
fucking
tell.
fun. Yeah, you couldn't tell. It was just so fun.
It was like listening to 5 different people talk, man.
yeah.
I couldn't even tell.
It was the birth of a small like passion project that lasted like 6 hours. I love that thing.
Next is another one that would coincide with Chris a little bit. It was Foong. He was the one who was on the mental episode, and
Yeah.
his favorite part was how was how he was able to talk about his own experiences, and he could help others relate to those experiences, and he also wanted to be helpful for other people to not go through the same things that maybe he did.
Right.
He also enjoyed the fact that the recording allowed him to be vulnerable, but still have fun, make jokes, and be comfortable and in a safe space, kind of.
Right.
That's
So-
why I hope for all our guests feel like, you know, they're not like scared to open up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this episode shows like we're all very like close and open with each other too, and we want to create that atmosphere when people come to sit at the rec table with us.
Yeah, and you know, no matter how like, you know, crass we can get with our humor, and like we're trying to be as
hold
open as possible. We really hope that kind of comes across to
And
everybody.
then as well as like the dynamics too, like you can go from electric bungaloo to talking about some heavy, you know, mental health,
Yeah.
serious stuff, you know. So
Yeah, we're always open to talk. Okay, so this next one is from Riza, and it actually is from she's referring to the same episode, the mental health episode. However,
thank God for Sunny, man.
thank God for Sunny. He ended the episode with a very inspirational quote to match the feel of the episode, which he fucking butchered. It was Master Ugue's quote. And when she was telling me about this testimony, by the way, she put in all caps because she was like laughing that hard.
We'll play it for you right here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna end it off in a famous saying that, you know, I keep the heart. You know, the past is the past, the future is a mystery, but today is something special, and that's why it's called present. I'll see you guys later.
See you next time. But yeah, that was such a shit show. It was
And then
such
she
a
ended.
mess.
She fucking ended with "I'm geeking so hard." Okay, cool.
Great moment.
Yeah. This next one is from Mavian, and she was on our Gamers Habits episode, but not many of you may know, but she was actually helping us with the podcast from pretty much the beginning.
Right.
And that's kind of what she says. She has two favorite moments, one from the podcast and one not. She said her favorite moments is figuring out what to talk about, helping the podcast and thinking of ideas to discuss, creating concepts, what we want to do, like whether it's like, you know, our YouTube or animations or even the podcast. She helped a lot with things like that. But specifically in the podcast, her favorite moment was the games with impact. Now this is something we can all talk about. The games with impact. She enjoyed how it gave her insight on all of us and how we grew up and how we became gamers and how we can all relate through games and our different gaming habits.
That's one of the big moments for us is putting ourselves out there, explaining who we are, and then hoping for, you know, getting to know the audience that we put it out for as well. You know,
Because that one was mostly about all right, who we are and where we come from a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely, it has different energy than some of the other episodes.
It was our first very
our
like,
first
serious.
released one. Yeah,
It was a first release, like full fleshed out episode.
Yeah.
one of our longest too.
And most of the games that we talked about kind of, I mean, we mainly talked about our childhood and how these games kind of shaped us.
And
Yeah.
it became, and what she's referring to is it became a pretty big kind of thing where now all of our guests who game or even or like no matter what their level of gaming, we kind of ask them. So I remember, Rasmey, you said you listened to it and you're like, man, I wish I could have been on that. So when we got you on, we asked you, all right, what are your top 5 games? And we asked other people because that's something that we can all, a lot of us relate to.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was like super big and important for us. There was one, Esther. From Esther, she was on our
Korean
drama featuring Yo Mama.
How did we
That-
go through these awesome names?
What a title.
I know. So that one was interesting. There was definitely a lot of moments in there, but her favorite part there was having a platform to share points and views without feeling judged. There were a lot of topics that were debatable and sometimes personal, but we kept it professional, and she felt comfortable talking to us about it. And there we're talking about, you know, like drama, pretty much. It could be family drama, work drama, you know, all sorts of things. And
Even your mama.
It was someone's mama that was.
it was someone
root of the
else's
drama.
drama, but it was definitely
Yeah.
it was an interesting one there. So again, there were a lot of other people, and some people didn't want to put the testimonies out or whatever. But we thank all of them for
love
saying
you.
what. Yeah, we love
And we care
everyone.
about you.
Yeah,
love
actually,
everyone.
and there's one from my older brother. He said his favorite one was the Superpower Spider Spark Plugs one. Not for any other reason. He said he loved it because it was funny. But his favorite part was getting to know the way we think. What is important to us if we were given power.
Yeah, huge thanks to him because he was actually our first listener and first commenter.
Right.
Yeah, he commented like all the time, and he kind of helped us like kind of shape like he criticized us too. Like he kind of helped us with what we were trying to do.
Yep, there was good engagement.
He's our first fan.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So that's it from
All our guests that we had.
all our previous guests or Austin, who was almost a guest.
Yeah. But now
Yeah, he still needs to get on.
You gotta get him in.
yeah.
We're calling you out, man.
Come on in. But now we can talk about our own like favorite guest moments. You know, we had they talk about their moments with us, but now let's talk about our moments with them.
And
You wanna
like
start it off?
Oh yeah. I could start off like before we said Janet. She had like our ASMR. Like I think I like Janet's like energy when we were talking in that one episode at Spookistan. Like her, I don't know how the way she was speaking with us and how she like brought her energy and her like serious tone when it came to her talking about her brother's story. Really like I don't know, brought something that I really liked. So
the word you're looking for is fear.
yeah, fear to that one episode was awesome.
And on the flip side, on our other episode for the siblings one, no, not siblings, sorry, for the friends one, she definitely brought in the humor as well.
yeah, there's a lot of energy when it comes to Janet. That's why I have special moments with her as our guest. And then I guess my second guest moment that I had was with Chi, and this once again with the spark plugs one, and like her moment the same as mine. Like when she was like criticizing me, like we had like that back and forth banter about my superpowers with you guys as well. Like it was a lot of fun. Even in our Harry Potter one, like I don't know, just like being with Chi and like having her come to our podcast and talk. It's a lot of fun with being with her.
From a third person perspective, I just call that reality checking.
Yeah.
Where
She brought me down to reality when I really needed that.
We would have, if she wasn't there, we would have just encouraged you
Yeah, that's so
to
true.
just continue with your.
Thank you, Chief, for
And I think-
bringing a little bit of common sense to the table.
I think my last and final guest I want to mention is like Stephanie, and when we had it was just me and Chris.
Me, Chris, and Steph. Wow, me, Sonny, and Stephanie.
Yeah, it's just you and her, Chris.
There's two of you.
Me, myself. And that's it.
Yeah, I think we also had this is also like some part of like our unreleased episodes. It was just me. We had, I think our first discussion was talking about like if the world was ending, what would we do? And like
You can see where this would go terribly wrong.
and so like I wanted to save the world. Like I was gonna blow myself up with a nuke. And then, like Stephanie was like kind of innocent. She like wanted to rob a bank and stuff, and Chris wanted to be in a kiddie pool.
Yeah, I wanted to put a inflatable kiddie pool and just sit in it and just
Until you died.
just sit.
Like there's like a bunch of stuff that happened that didn't get released until we finally started to release Curvaceous Cavus.
A curvaceous cat. We talk about what is beautiful to you and other people and
Right.
stuff like that. So that part was released, but there were other stuff that obviously we talked about. Like people don't want some information about them public.
Yeah.
So we respected that.
We also
Yeah.
talked about what was the other episode? It was like, what is it like to be a 20-something in this day and age?
Oh yeah, that was also part of the unreleased ones that we did.
We just talked about like this weird like middle ground existence that you have when you're like 22, 23, 24. Just trying to like figure out what are you supposed to be doing right now in your life, you know? So that was like, it was an interesting conversation, but
I wasn't there.
That-
I would definitely like to have that
Yeah,
conversation.
that would have been fun to talk about.
we can always bring it up again. But yeah, I mean, between Sunny and I, we've got pretty similar experiences, I would
Yeah.
say. But between the four of us, I'm sure that we could flesh that out more.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm interested to have that conversation. What the heck? I
Yeah.
missed this.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an injustice to like not have you guys on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could definitely talk about that. Yeah, man. But you got anything, Rasmey?
For like your favorite moment with guests.
Even though you were a guest before.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
Yeah, so I was a guest, but when I was in an episode, I'd always have a co-guest.
Not always. Sometimes.
Most of the time.
That's
Most
true.
of the time.
That's true. But the one I can probably remember the most would be the unreleased footage
Of FMK.
of FMK with the other guest Panita. Because I don't know, man. In that game, we kind of took it very
Far.
Yes,
Far.
far, but also very humorous.
Yeah, no. The whole time we were just laughing. Our stomachs hurt. It was purely like just funny, but you would not enjoy listening to it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you.
someone might, but
Actually,
Oh
someone
yeah,
might.
yeah. But I feel like
for the
80%.
sake of our financial well-being.
Right, right, and I feel like 80% of the crowd would just be like, "What the fuck am I listening to?"
But I don't want these people near
Yeah.
me.
Because I mean, we had one female there.
And
you
then,
know.
and then 4 males, and then
Yeah.
it just got awkward.
Yeah, it kind of got very, 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 very
Very.
deep. Graphically wise.
Okay, yeah, we get
And
it.
yeah, I was. I mean, I don't really know. Like it was kind of awkward.
Oh
Boy,
boy.
that's what made it so special.
Yeah, but that's what made it funnier.
Yeah, probably some of my favorite moments with guests would be when Leilani and Riza were both on that one episode, tips and
Travel.
tricks for the travel trade, and we kind of talked about traveling around the world and different experiences we had. But my favorite part of that was when we were definitely talking about like Eastern showering and like bathing and like the Asian squat and stuff like
Oh,
that, and
yeah.
how we're from completely different
squat.
areas of the world, but at the same time, an entire hemisphere kind of shares one kind of idea of bathing and like using the bathroom and stuff. Yeah, just the bucket over the
The
head,
bucket, yeah.
the squat, the bidet. I fucking love the bidet.
Is that the bidet? Is that the one?
That's it's like
Water shoots.
the water shoots at you.
Oh, I was thinking
clean.
Japanese bathroom. Sorry.
Oh wait, those have that too,
Yeah.
but those are like already installed and it just shoots at you. The one I'm thinking of, it's like a removable hose almost, and you can do it
Oh.
yourself. But it's kind of the same idea.
I was thinking about the ones that are like on the floor. So,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You have to like.
Those are the
You actually have to like Asian squat.
Yeah, that's just a normal Asian squat. Yeah, that's the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talk about all sorts of crazy like that kind of experience and how I don't know, it's kind of funny and also kind of interesting to see how different countries and different areas would still share the same experiences.
Oh yeah.
Be
Yeah, because we're
terrible when you have the runs. Do that.
Yeah, so like used to one sort of lifestyle and then like maybe like having a vacation there and then needing to use a bathroom is fucking terrible, especially when your body's still climbing to their water, their food,
Yep.
spicy food, like you get the runs a lot. Anyways, so that was
Spicy
that was
food,
kind of
man.
a fun moment for me there.
It's kind of cool to like see that too, since we're all kind of very culturally diverse.
yeah. I mean, we got a white guy. We got a
Why'd you start with that? We're so diverse, guys. Look at our white guy.
we got an Indian guy. We got a Cambodian guy. And then we got a Laos guy in here. You know, we're a very diverse, culturally diverse group of people.
Yep.
Even our friend group is really culturally
Yeah,
diverse.
And
we
for
got
that travel for the travel episode, it was
Vietnamese,
even more.
like Iranian, Filipino. It goes on.
Yeah, we got
The
yeah.
list goes on and on.
Yeah, so that was one. I mean, some of the other moments were I taken, but definitely that the funny moments in the Friends one and other stuff. But yeah,
Okay.
what about you, Chris?
Well, I don't want to rehash the same thing a third time. I was going to talk about Paul's dinosaur writing, but
Very memorable.
It's fun just to like kind of I don't know, put somebody else on the spot and just make them feel uncomfortable.
yeah.
And sometimes it's mean, but in this case,
So,
I want to give a slight apology to Paul, but man, you're too easy.
yeah. Man, messing with Paul, it's
I've been saying this for years.
look, Paul, we love you, man, but you're also very, very easy to.
Easy target.
Yeah.
Just low-hanging
Yeah.
fruit.
You're very special.
My man just wanted to ride a T-Rex,
Yeah, it's like when we.
and Sonny had to fuck that up too.
Paul's one of my favorite people.
Oh yeah, we love Paul.
But yeah, but like yeah, messing with him like for that dinosaur, you know,
Yeah.
he was just talking about like, you know, a dream that he had or something, and like he was able to like, you know, ride a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's actually kind of fucking cool.
That is cool.
That is cool. But like we didn't give him a fucking chance.
I guess like for Chris, I guess every Paul moment is his favorite moment.
I love my Paul moments, man. Well, actually, like, I had the unique experience of being doing a one-on-one episode with Paul. That was the KOTOR episode.
Oh yeah.
And we turned that into a gameplay series, which is still ongoing right now. But yeah, I don't know. We've had some great moments with Paul, and you know, a lot of other people as well. So that's always fun. Probably another one of my favorites is we have very few opportunities to record in places that are not our local college campus. And one of the people that we go to record with is my friend Jin, like one of my close friends. And so it's always interesting to travel to his apartment, set up the mic there, and just listen to him talk about the shit that's going on in his life at that moment.
I love Jen.
And also, like, I mean, there's a lot of similarities between us, as different as we are. There are similarities. And meeting and talking with Jen, there was a kind of a different lifestyle, kind of a different perspective on things.
Big time different.
Like the 2 episodes he was in Into the Closet, for one, when we were talking about fashion and
very
clothing
high
and stuff.
fashion in his case.
Yeah, I didn't feel more like shit. Or I didn't feel like I looked more like shit than when I'm like talking with Jin, because I mean he's well, he really puts himself together well. And then the other one, a malicious Moroccan mugging.
That's interesting. Talking about his travels to Morocco and he got like mugged by some like I don't even
someone
know what.
malicious.
Whoa.
So, just some interesting shit that comes out of his mouth, and it's always a pleasure to listen to it.
Not the way he talks too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, my Dior shirt for $700.
You're like a really good friend of his. I'm gonna let that pass. I'm gonna let that slide.
I'm excited to have some episodes with him.
Oh yeah, he's very interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting character.
But that,
love
you
it.
know, that's pretty much the year in review, man. Our favorite moments, favorite behind the scenes, everything.
Some unreleased, before unreleased audio that you guys finally got to hear.
Yeah.
And just some moments that we wanted to share with you and that we've shared with our guests. And yeah.
We're happy to have
all.
highlighted these moments. Hopefully, like, you can go back, listen to the full episode, go check out those animations and the things that we referenced, because those are really, like, the best of the best in terms of episodes. But, you know, thank you again, guys, for joining us over this past year. It's been a blast. And, you know, the party's not over. We're going to be doing the same bullshit over on the RecTable for sure.
Just with more people and more fun.
Yeah,
Hell
so...
yeah.
I guess it's time for our final sign-off for this SIC podcast, I guess.
Yeah, because SIC podcast is coming to an end.
I'm Sunny.
I'm Ihraz.
I'm Chris.
See you guys later.
With Rasmey.
And Rasmey will see you too.
I love you guys.
Bye.
There we go. That's what I was ready for.
I was like, oh.